That's like the point though. All right, let's get straight into it. All right, so FaZe just dropped this video where you know, this big debate has been going on about, well, it's not really a big debate anymore, but it was at a certain point, and it was this really dumb debate that apparently streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job. That is some bullshit, because no the fuck it is not. I think everybody should know that. I think everybody knows that streaming is nowhere near as hard as working a 9-to-5 job, and whoever says that probably has never worked a 9-to-5 job. But yeah, we finna see what this video's about. I'm assuming it's gonna be crazy rage bait, but fuck it, let's get straight into it.
Mom like that, dude. You're gonna just fuck your mom and say that your work is harder? That's so rude.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get mad as hell. I already know they're gonna rage bait these people.
Your job is you would have to actually go to work.
Ooh.
Went to school and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice.
Damn. Okay, well, it looks like they're playing. They're playing with a lot of grannies and a lot of old people. Let's go. Streaming versus 9-to-5 workers. Let's see what they're talking about. Oh shit, it's on Jubilee too. Well, if you wanna watch that too, if you want Jubilee and this, see what they talking about. All right, we got a mall carrier.
Is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9-to-5?
No, it's not.
Nah.
No.
Well, 9-to-5 is way harder, homie.
Facts.
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See,
Right.
The thing is, you're right. You get up every day, you go through the...
Oh my, bro, the video just started. How the fuck do I already got a fucking ad, bro? It just started.
Emotions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You wake up, you go, you flip some patties, maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls.
Bro, these people is gonna troll him. They troll these old people the entire fucking video.
No. When you're a mail carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
You
Oh,
have to deal with thousands, tens of thousands of people critiquing every little thing we do. Every
look, that's the only thing that I can honestly agree on that might have some like mentally tough in this thingy, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say, because people constantly hating on you, that shit could hurt your mental, unless you're a really strong person. But that could be a thing, but it still doesn't make it harder than a 9-to-5 though.
You guys got it made.
But that is kind of true.
I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
what's the next trend?
Because
What's the next
shit I
idea?
go through
Oh
every
my
day,
God, I have to
got
stream
jobs,
today.
and I got jobs that wanna bite my ass
And
every
you have lunch
day.
breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7.
You got
High energy, 24/7.
I wish I could be at home like you and get back and get paid big
We're
money.
not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because-
parties.
Bro.
I got a slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I gotta work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work,
These are the dumbest arguments I've ever seen in my life.
But you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
Just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
Yeah, right. But
Yes, we have
Huh?
to keep
bro, are you serious, bro? What? Bro, okay,
going to chat, spamming L's. Oh, this is
that is some bullshit. Bro, that is not hard, bro.
Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. F this not a fight.
Yeah, but he's too old though, I ain't gonna lie. I become like a popular old streamer for old people, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh,
Bro, bro,
All my homeboys call me.
come on, bro.
Whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's your homeboys.
Yeah.
Bro, I wonder if Max was in this video, what he would say. He probably wouldn't even, I don't think he would even participate in this shit.
Get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Okay, we got 3 flags.
These flags are actually useful.
We hate to use because we suck at.
Instead, because we suck at explaining.
Okay, great. All right.
So you raised your flag. Is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that
Okay.
means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and.
I have a quick question. I don't know if all these old people who are participating in this thing are like, I don't know if they went to like college or whatever or whatnot, but like, I mean, at the same time, these people are also responsible for trying to find a better life for themselves and their family at the end of the day. Some people are limited because they don't got a lot of money, but anything is possible as long as you go, try to strive for that shit. I feel like the big problem here is that they kind of just settle for 9-to-5 jobs. I don't know. I don't know if that's the same for everybody here, but we'll see.
Adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day.
We deal with tens
Yeah,
of
they definitely do with children.
Lazy Thugs. Do you not know who the Lazy Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture.
That's not even.
How hard that is in the life.
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is gonna last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is gonna last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever.
A 9-to-5 job is generally more secure than streaming because it offers steady income, benefits, and legal protections, while streaming is unpredictable, highly competitive, and income depends on viewer support and algorithms. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the only upside, but at the same time, though, you know, working a 9-to-5, slaving yourself away for, you know, another person is not it.
You have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do.
What?
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would
Job.
you do?
A job.
You lost completely all your YouTubers. You had
YouTubers.
I didn't watch you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work.
Damn. Yeah, I mean,
Did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers,
Okay, if there's one.
bro, get your bitch ass off my screen, bro. I don't give a fuck about what you got. Like, fuck you.
probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay.
So then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
Right. That's just, bro. They have to be trolling. I know they're trolling. There's no way they're actually being serious.
You're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to
proving my
turn around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
if let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You could go cook over here, cook over there. You could be a private chef. You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was
Bro.
a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to back yo, Lacey.
They's trolling, bro. Look at Lacey. He's trolling, bro. They're all trolling, bro. They're not being serious. I mean,
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal, I gotta post on an Instagram story.
bro, but that's not fucking hard, bro. What is this guy talking about?
Not to mention,
You have to do work. That's what we have to do.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
Oh my, bro.
Then that goes into falling.
So why the fuck you accept the brand deal?
Nurse from the south.
Nice to meet you,
From
Ron.
Registered nurse. Okay, well, see, well, at least we got somebody here who went to college, I think.
I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative. I thought I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing.
Right.
But in the South, whole lot of racism back
Oh,
in
well,
the 60s and
yeah.
70s. People didn't give a rat's ass if you created something.
Yeah,
and
right.
didn't support your business.
Right.
So
Born in a bad era.
9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Shush.
Support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get
Rhonda,
spoiled.
can I ask you?
What is he gonna say? He's gonna say something.
You get spoiled.
He gonna say some dumb shit.
You get spoiled and your mama and daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda,
I
got a question for Rhonda.
I got a
He gonna say some dumb shit. What are you gonna say, bro?
Never done a subathon.
Oh my gosh.
30 days straight. 4 hours
Yeah.
a day. We all.
That even healthy.
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo boo.
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
Bro, 3 minute. Bro, this guy.
You short-handed. You
Talk
don't
about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Oh, the deal.
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine every little person. We call them parasocials.
Oh yeah.
Judge your relationships. You can't
All
go
right.
out to dinner or have a girl take.
But
you
that's not.
to the
That's
bar.
not. That doesn't make it. That doesn't make streaming harder though. It's kind of just like. It kind of just like you are always constantly getting hated on, but that doesn't really like make it harder. Like that makes no.
I got caught with my ex.
I got caught with my ex.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck?
Pedophile for it.
But mental health, when you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media,
It's-
what they say about you.
That's all.
See, that is the bro. I am trying to tell y'all. See, some people, like, literally, if you just ignore that shit, well, I mean, it's not gonna be impossible. Like, it's not gonna be easy to ignore, but if you ignore most of it, like, it really isn't that big of a deal, really, if you don't take it that serious, because you know they're gonna be trolling you, bruh. Like, it's little Timmies on the internet who's always gonna troll you. That shit always gonna happen. You gotta accept it, though. That's something that comes with it, right? I mean, that's trying to make it harder.
You're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, you know, the doctor, etc., or 24-hour stream?
Bro,
24-hour open surgery.
about that, bro, a 24-hour stream is not hard. You know you can just sleep the entire stream? Okay, so are they gonna switch Lacey out, or is it gonna be Lacey against all these people?
You said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My
Yep.
argument is that you guys, none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
part of the
editors,
face team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't.
I mean, that is true though. I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, I think we all know that the producers and the people, they're not the only ones drawing up the ideas. I'm assuming. Well, I mean, they do play a part. I'm assuming. I don't think they just like show up and just do whatever the fuck they're told to do. I mean, if it is like that, they should be. Oh my, bro, fuck you and your Luke Skywalker Vortox lightsaber.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right?
Okay.
These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Okay.
You ever worked a real job?
No.
No. See, that's the first thing. All right. See, most of the people who probably have said that streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 most likely have never worked a job in their lives, right? So I mean, it kind of makes sense why they're saying that, because they never even experienced what it felt like or what it feels like to work a regular job.
8 months, I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
She's laughing, bro. She's making me mad. I actually feel like they're wrong.
Okay, here we go. We got Stable Ronaldo. He's probably just gonna troll him insanely, and this is gonna be insane rage bait. I'm not gonna believe a single thing he's saying. Wait, it's still Lacey.
All right.
Here we go.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes it hard.
Yeah.
Harder.
No, it makes it easier for you.
Makes it easier.
Easier.
To have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it easier
Talk about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say
That is the dumbest argument I have ever heard in my life, bro. They still gotta work to get the money. Like, if they don't do anything besides sit on their ass and, like, I don't know, scratch your balls all day, they ain't gonna get no money, bro. Like, that's a terrible argument. It's obvious rage bait, though. I know it's rage bait.
obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9-to-5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9-to-5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is,
Okay.
is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to.
Well, we're talking about ideas.
Yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with though? But it doesn't make. But
Well,
you're
you
not even.
started with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why
Oh,
don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
I mean,
Stuff
is
that you
difficult.
need creativity. You need to
Okay.
get out of your circle, comfort
Sure.
zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the
I feel like the hardest part of streaming, bro, is really just standing out, bro. Because there is a lot of competitiveness, right? And you gotta like really stand out. AK, you gotta be creative and you gotta like really like, you know what I'm saying, like pop out, like. But that's not physically harder than like a 9-to-5. And I don't think it's mentally harder. But
So
let's see what he said.
This is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube.
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like us, just for a different audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this is entertainment.
Entertainment
But my
as a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully you sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that? I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example.
Yeah.
Is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity, because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, "Oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m." Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
when
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
I mean-
I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
labor.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, "Oh, we're not doing it anymore"? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on the camera as opposed to going in.
I think I'm pretty sure he's rage baiting. I'm assuming, but if we're talking about what hard is, you know, how do I put it? 9 to 5 is physically demanding, and you really do more like work than streaming in a way, you know. Because right now, all I'm doing is talking to my fucking computer, bro. Like, this is not hard. I'm just talking, right? I'm just talking. It's not hard. If I was a 9 to 5, I had to be walking and doing shit, right? But here I'm just sitting down, like watching videos and talking to the camera, right? But it's not hard. But once you get more popular and you start doing different things, like getting more creative with like new ideas and shit, then you gotta get creative and you do more shit. So it's kind of more demanding, but it's still not really that hard. You kind of just have fun throughout the process. Well, I don't know. I'm not in that position yet, but I don't think it's gonna be hard. Just demanding in a way, mentally, not physically.
Throughout your shift,
Yeah.
and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number
Okay,
of hours that
perfectly.
you are talking.
Bro, I ain't swear to God, bro. Nobody's gonna buy these weak ass games, bro.
Typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff. Everybody's watching you do.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that. Yeah.
No. Let me hear me out.
Go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build
Right,
that with
right.
your coworkers and stuff like that?
Right.
All right, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Damn. Oh shit, who's that? Okay. You got a bad bitch to see what?
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right.
That's good. I said the same thing. Yo, she bad as hell. I agree with everything she says. Yes. Yes.
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home. But if I didn't, I would have
I'm sorry.
to myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job,
Yeah.
and you actually get to relax.
That is the smartest thing I've ever heard from all of these people so far. Yeah, that's the smartest thing. That's the smartest thing anyone has ever said, bro. Like, really, it's not hard. The only thing that you could honestly say could be hard is the mental aspect. You know, because of like you constantly having to entertain millions of people and, you know, receiving hate and criticism and all that shit. And then, you know, hey, that's the only hard part, I guess. But that's pretty much it.
So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
so
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off completely. About to kill myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
that's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents.
Bro, that ball guy keeps snapping his fingers.
Lived alone in an apartment was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was
You
losing.
were in the red every month.
I was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too, and everything's going down. Where's my support system?
Then why? But why is that old lady laughing like that, bro? That's actually some serious shit, bro. Now Ron really did go broke though. Like that. Hey, sometimes that shit could happen, bro. Cause I think it's cause Ron was mainly a Fortnite streamer at first, and then he branched out, and it kind of like was the key to success for him. But I mean, that's not funny though, bro. Cause everybody can struggle either way, bro. And obviously, as long as you put the work in, you can honestly get out of anything. But
Well, I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege?
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take 9
That's
to
a whole
5.
different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept
But that's a
them.
whole different conversation.
I mean, honestly, there's some people whose families who can't afford to, have somebody at the house not do anything. But me personally, my parents can, still provide a little bit, the basic shit. But what I'm saying, like, I think at age 16, you're still going to school, right? You're still in high school. I don't think you having to work a job, for me, it wasn't mandatory, but I guess for some people it is. If they really want money or they just have to.
Survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
But at 16, though, I don't think you should be like working a 9 to 5 at 16. I mean, you can't even work a 9 to 5 at 16 anyways, but you can only work like a part-time. But working a 9 to 5 at 16 is really necessary if you have parents, because you don't really need to. Well, shit, I didn't need to.
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privilege?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that old bitch really pissing me off. You keep smiling this shit, you old bitch. Stop smiling. I'm sorry, Twitch. I'm sorry. I love elders. I love all elders.
Have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's
you
say
lose,
I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally
That is true.
doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Bro, what? What do you mean streaming? Bro, alright. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, Adapt probably gonna be the realest one, I hope. At least he's probably gonna rage bait. But y'all know Adapt has been relevant for fucking years. Bro, when I started watching YouTube in like 2015, whatever, I was watching him, bro. And he is still here to this day. So shout out Adapt. I don't know if he's gonna be realistic. I hope he's probably gonna rage bait. But let's see what he's talking about.
How you doing, bro? Good. How you doing, Alex?
College professor, okay.
I'm doing good.
Obviously, got to go to college to be a college professor, or to be a teacher. Sorry.
But you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing. It's a weekly thing. It's a monthly thing. It's a yearly thing. It's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their job. They always have to be careful.
Bro, stop, bro. Damn. Fuck you.
Because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you have some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers, and you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing.
That is true. That is true.
People screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession. There's not a lot of jobs, as could be now. You know, they get potentially homeless. Or worse.
That is right.
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean,
No, that's true. I ain't gonna lie, cancel culture is not a real thing. Cause like, if you're really being honest, who really gets canceled, bro? Like, all that really happens is just a certain group of people don't fuck with you at all. And if they even see your face, bro, they get pissed. But like, your original fans, most of them stay. And you still earn the same amount of money. You still got the same amount of fans, just that a certain group of people do not fuck with you. So I don't think cancel culture is real, because you're always going to have a fan base no matter what, to be honest. Unless you really completely fall off the face of the earth, which is, I mean, it happens, but it's not like super common, you know? I don't think it's super common.
Boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years.
Yeah, it is true.
Hours and hours of trust and communication and intimate
Sacrifice. Nah, it is true though. It is true though. You gotta keep a loyal fan base, bro. That shit is not hard. That shit is not easy, bro, because they can just leave any day. People can watch you or follow you for a couple of days, pay attention to your shit, or they can just one day just leave, you know? That's simple. They can just never watch your shit again. You gotta keep them, you know, hooked on and shit and loyal to you. But again, that's not an argument towards streaming is harder than 9 to 5.
Okay, so that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
It takes work for sure. But like,
see, that's what, at least they can admit that. It's not easy to be, because you still gotta put work in, but you don't have to put the same amount of work in as when you work a 9 to 5. That's kind of.
You guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you. A large part of it, and let me tell you something. I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever. But at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like, the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there.
Thank you. That's another perfect example, bro. I've seen my parents get up at 5 in the morning every fucking day, bro, for like the past 20 years. And they're still going to this day, bro. My mama has a house, bro. This house is her house, bro. A woman, by the way, waking up at 5 in the fucking morning every day to provide and so she can be fine and she can get all the stuff she wants, bro. It's not, look, streaming is never, you don't gotta wake up at 5 in the morning, bro, to go stream, bro. Like, it's not gonna happen, bro. You can wake up at whatever time you want and you can hop on this bitch whenever you want. And you can earn, and if you have a fan base and you got viewers, you gonna earn millions of dollars. Just literally by sitting here, right? Or getting a camera and doing IRLs and shit and just walking around having fun. I mean, it's that simple, bro. I don't.
No matter what, anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
So what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so.
Mm.
I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 15 years?
Yes, it's like,
Come on, bro.
We already know what he's doing. We have to produce new shit every day.
It's still hard though, bro. He still got a teacher still gotta prepare for his class and, you know, do shit. It's still hard, but even if he does do the same shit every year, because he teaches the same class, I imagine. So yeah, but it's still hard, bro.
To Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
that I had to take
You know what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
You know what
yes.
I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know.
Yeah, of course not. Hell no. Of course not. Oh no, that's something to be proud of. I have never hit a trick shot in my life, bro. Like, imagine hitting a crane shot on high rise, bro. Nah, if you do some shit like that, you the GOAT for real.
And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years, right? And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
There were a lot. You had a team.
When I was
Was it just you? Like
no.
Okay.
It was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
you
did
didn't
in
exist,
the
if you didn't
But that's
exist, you
that's not
couldn't
re-
press play, you couldn't press record, and then just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years earning my credentials. And
But that's the same thing with YouTube though. You gotta make videos for years to get a following and to, you know what I'm saying, like obviously make money off it and live
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Okay, who's next? Oh, same adapt. All right. Hair and makeup artist. Okay.
From a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the physicality.
brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
Is very different. Very different.
Okay.
Than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up
Right.
early in the morning.
Okay.
You have to stand on
Let me
your
guess what Adapt's gonna say. I have a feeling what he's gonna say.
You never sit down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you.
breathing in. You're breathing in toxic chemicals
Right.
all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, can I talk? Can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your
just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your thing
physically
is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
listen. So your whole thing.
doesn't get fat.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no,
physical.
no, but-
I'm saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
you gotta let
5
me talk for a
job where
second.
you physically have to do
So-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
physically, I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't hold a container.
Bro, what is it? Bro, he's trolling, bro. Nah, that is facts though. Even if it's a stupid argument, nobody can hit a crane shot in that bitch. Nobody.
None of you could physically
And you have
go
to do
that.
that 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You
yes.
think of 4 days they had a trick shot. You think of 4 days they had a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is never
Yes, I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
No, no,
all of the
wait,
things
wait.
that you
Stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your
You
gear.
don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about
Bro, he just said you don't know about hit markers. What?
wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked. Your main underlining argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
You have to also prepare yourself for a stream as well. If you're planning something, you got to prepare yourself. You got to have everything right, because if you fuck up something, it's going to fuck up the whole flow of the thing, and it might fuck up what you got going on. But when it comes to the work thing, you also got to be prepared as well. You got to have your shit ready. You got to clean your shit. You got to treat everybody with respect and treat everybody equally. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing for everything, but 9 to 5 is still harder.
Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never.
Bro, why is he talking about trick shotting?
How many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours a day do
You trick shot.
How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
He carries a 50 cal and does 360s.
Right spot. Throw the concussion.
Mhm.
Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drip.
Stick drip.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us. I gotta.
No, security. Easy, security. Just get security.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost died. Almost decapitated his thoughts.
Oh, we got Silky. Everyone know about Silky. See what you're talking about. Mr. Wu. Okay.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, it's who you are. We create social media all the time. That's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people.
Right,
I
right.
think that you guys have that.
Oh yeah, they.
You have
Oh nah.
energy because
Yeah.
across the screen you're not interacting with people.
Oh no, no, you definitely gotta interact with people with that. You gotta sit in the camera and have energy for like 5 hours straight if you stream for that long and interact with chat and all types of shit. That you gotta have energy.
What are we doing right now?
You definitely gotta have energy.
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for it? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of
Mm.
people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me. Come
There's
on.
millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every day.
Yes.
Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
staying out till 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
So, but I'm saying it's like you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
okay.
Oh no, 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 no.
What kind of shit's going on?
Whoa! Hey, Auntie getting freaky.
You get to put some shades on and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this life.
That's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what you
happening
do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9-to-5,
Mm.
you're dealing with people. You touching people's
Right.
hearts, souls, mind. No,
Okay, no. Content creators. I don't think just streamers. Content creators. They gotta deal with people a lot. You gotta deal with a lot of people, bro. A lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because all these people, like, if they want to watch you, they want you to entertain them, bro. You got to entertain them. Like, you don't got no choice, really. I mean, but at the same time, well, no, that sounds like if you're forced to do shit. You're not forced to do anything. You chose obviously to be a content creator, right? But you have people who want to watch you and who like ask you to make videos because they want to watch you, right? You interact with them though. On stream, you interact with people, right? You interact with people in the chat, your viewers. You interact with them. You know what I'm saying?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my
Of course I watch
So do
entertainment.
you ever-
I got kids.
wait,
I
do
got
you-
grandkids.
Yeah.
You ever laugh?
Of course I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the
Mhm.
interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
What make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You know how to answer.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer your because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now.
all
Go
right.
ahead. Yeah.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the
Yeah.
difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you just like you. Wait a
I mean,
minute.
it is their job.
About, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social. I'm a very social.
Yo, that's one thing that I do gotta say though, bro. When you a streamer and you famous, you cannot just be walking around like the street, going to eat and shit without getting bombarded. Especially if you like high speed level famous, like you can't do shit because they gonna see you. They gonna ask for pictures. They gonna be there like with their phones out taking videos of you and shit. Like they've never seen you before. Like you're an alien and shit. Like that is true though. You can't walk out and be a normal human being because you know how people is and shit, bro. They're not gonna let you, bro. You need security because even that's a danger too because you never know how like somebody could want to hurt you and shit. And that's one thing that I feel like that's one thing that benefits people who are not famous and who have like regular 9-to-5 jobs. Like they can walk outside and like, you know what I'm saying, just live a normal life. Like that's one good thing. That's one good thing. But as a streamer though, that's not possible. Or just being famous in general, that's not possible.
I do social media.
Oh.
Has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, "Oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hand
single
shaking,
day.
their hand shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had kids
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Have kids come up to me and say these things. So
Okay. And that was.
I'm Robbie. I'm
Okay.
server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the most difficult shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder? That is so rude, honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
she works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She can work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to tell y'all. Those are the people who you always see who are commenting on, like, if they see a single content creator on any post, they're like, who cares? Who the fuck is this guy? Stop posting this loser. That's exactly how they look like.
That's what he just said. You don't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got taxed. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm going to be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
Interact with nobody, just packing meat?
Yeah, Will.
Come on, bro.
Pause.
Do you enjoy
Yeah.
what you do?
Yeah.
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
He just wakes up.
This dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his diesel.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh!
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
That was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, listen. Listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke?
Bro, oh my God, bro.
Because I just deal with thousands of people.
Mhm.
I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
They have no idea what the flag means.
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now I wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make
Okay.
sure I got a lot of comments. Now, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my yeah.
He's got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So,
Yeah.
you know.
This, you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool.
So
right?
he got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why?
Bro,
Because I
what
can't game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do
This guy is just saying shit. He asked him what he does in like what does he do in a day, and he's talking about shaving his beard and shit. What?
Now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we can just scroll something around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m. I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is
Do you know what's crazy?
My mind is
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
You
today.
already did
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but
No.
do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out of here. He has no social cues. Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said
I'm an
you
introvert.
said.
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
And that's
I mean-
okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
Bro, what? How? I mean, you're not saving nobody. You're just entertaining people. Like, for example, I guess if like somebody's stressed out and they like watching you, they can just pull up on your stream and watch you, and I guess feel better. I guess, but you don't really like. I don't know how to put it, bro. But I mean, you just entertain people. It's really much it, bro. You just make people laugh. I mean, that's what you're like. That's the whole point. You make people laugh, right? That's the whole point. All right, who's next? Oh. Bro, there's some people who haven't even talked yet.
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
I mean, it is. It is harder. Just, bro, no rage bait. No rage bait.
Think streaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationship.
Bro, that's not fucking hard, but just ignore them, bro. Like, that shit is not hard, dude. I know he's rage baiting, bro, but like real shit though. I'm falling for it low key, but bro, that shit is not hard. Just ignore it. Who gives a fuck how people feel about your relationship, bro? It's your business, bro. It's your business. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Bro, I have never in my life gave a fuck about a celebrity relationship. Like, bro, if they not fucking, how does that affect me? If they fucking, how does that affect me? That shit don't mean shit to me, bro. It don't matter to me. Why would I fucking judge some people I've never met in my entire life? I just know who they are and shit. I might listen to their music. I might watch their videos, but I don't know, like, what they do in their lives. I don't know what they got going on, and I don't give a fuck because it's not my fucking problem. And the people who do care, y'all are parasocials and y'all are losers. If y'all are in people's comments disrespecting them and threatening them, like, you know, threatening them to kill them in GTA and shit, bro, you're a loser because they don't know you, you don't know them, and they literally don't do anything to you. They don't hurt you, they don't annoy you, they don't even talk to you. But you type because you're a parasocial and you want to live your life through another person because you're miserable and you are a piece of shit. Sorry, I had to say that though. It's the truth though. I had to say that.
My question.
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You
Yeah.
love streaming.
Yeah.
So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide. I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what?
I mean, that is kind of true though. Sometimes if you really want something, even if it's not streaming, if you want something, you gotta just sometimes get rid of shit that you don't want to get rid of, but you have to because you know that if you get rid of it, it will help you focus on something. So focus on what you like to do, I guess. But that is true.
If I was flipping burgers, I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. A 9 to 5 person, maybe one, two, three.
Okay, and then back to my point.
That is kind of true though. I do gotta say that people, famous people, we're gonna say famous, not just streamers. Famous people do get judged a lot, right? By parasocial people who are losers, and they spend their time, criticizing other people when they don't look at themselves in the mirror and see how bad they are and like how much of a loser they are because they're just worried about what another celebrity ate today or if another celebrity took a fat shit or not. That's what they be worried about. And that shit is true though. There's people who actually like wonder and worry about if their favorite celebrity has eaten, if they're taking a shit, are they sick? And if you are like that, you are a loser. Respectfully.
That your choice. No, that's my point. That's my point. Was that
that's the point.
you gave up your girlfriend for streaming? Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag.
He ran up a bag.
He did it for a bag.
I mean, yeah, I think everybody sacrifices something for what they want to do in life. If it's music, streaming, college, whatever the fuck you got going on, right? Whatever you want to do, you got to sacrifice some shit sometimes. You got to sacrifice not seeing your family, not having no girl, because if you have a girl, you're probably going to get distracted. That is true. You sacrifice shit for everything you want to do. It's facts.
It comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for, or do I pick something that I love, something that I'm passionate?
That's true. I agree with him. On that part. But it does not make the argument that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5.
Lala Costa?
Yes.
Amazing name.
Thank you. I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, whatever you want, 9 to 5, you would take it?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't?
He's lying. But look, imagine you can make your own 9 to 5 doing what you like. Bro, I'll do that shit all day. But honestly though, I would just make a streaming 9 to 5 to be honest, because I really love doing this shit. But I mean, that is true though. Like, I think anybody would. Like, you know, what if you can be like do a 9 to 5 being a pro soccer player? Shit, I'll take that shit all day.
Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of.
You feel stuck.
I feel stuck, yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it?
Mm.
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
it's the same thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV
have to-
show can't. It's done. What happened to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no, I'm saying if
Baby,
if thousands of you
Honey.
stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your father
It's
would
gone.
stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but
I mean-
that's the point.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, shit. I mean, how would that be? Like, imagine that like you don't like streaming anymore, and you just do it because you know you got people that want to watch you, but it's your job as well. I don't know how that would be. You can't. I mean, you would just quit, I guess. I mean, if you have enough money and you're smart with it, I think you could just quit and just live a normal life, I guess, with the money you have and not work a job anymore and not have to work any day. But I don't know. All right, who's next? Who's that? I haven't even seen her in the frame yet.
But
Oh,
I've worked since I was at the age of 14. I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was
like you out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck.
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Wait,
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life?
okay. Let's be honest. I always want to talk about this. Is becoming if you become a famous streamer or a famous content creator, is that luck? I mean, at the end of the day, you still gotta come out here and go out here and do that shit. You still gotta stream. You still gotta make videos. You still gotta post shit. You still gotta actually do what you actually gotta do it. Not just like, and every day, too, you gotta do this shit every day, consistently, every day, you know what I'm saying? Post on, I don't know, YouTube, TikTok, every day, consistently. Be creative, stand out. I think that when you do that shit, it's almost like inevitable that you don't blow up and become a content creator. Even if you don't become a huge content creator, you still will become one. As long as you want to do it. I don't really like saying luck in a way because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like luck only plays part in certain things. But I feel like luck, it could play a part in the streaming thing as well. But I feel like you still got to go out here and do this shit, right? You still got to do the streaming. Like, you still got to stream every day, be consistent, put in the work in, get creative, do all this shit. You still got to do all of that. Like that, you won't just get lucky. Like I could be here right now. I'm not finna get like 10,000 viewers and a whole bunch of subs. I'm about to get affiliate. I'm about to go into the partner program just by me sitting here. That's luck. I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. I kind of just lost myself. But I don't know. I feel like it does play a part, but I don't think it plays a huge part. Because I feel like there's a lot of streamers, bro, who have like at least like a solid like amount of viewers that they have. They make a steady amount of income. And they're not huge, right? Like, I feel like a comparison is how much people win a $1 billion lottery compared to how many are like successful streamers. I promise you, there are probably going to be more successful streamers than people who have won a $1 billion lottery. Because a $1 billion lottery, if you win that bitch, it is 99.9% luck. Actually, no, fuck that, 100% luck. There's no strategy. There's nothing you can do to alter the result. Because it's just based off if you get the right card. If you don't, then guess what? You ain't winning $1 billion. Right? But with streaming, you can make your own luck. You can curate it if you put the work in. If you use everything that you got, all the platforms that you got that we have that people can use nowadays. If you use all of that shit to your advantage, you could create the luck, and that will help you get your face out there and eventually become a successful streamer. But you can't do that with the lottery, right? You can't do that. The lottery is a perfect example of luck, that you need 100% luck. If somebody tells you that streaming is 100% luck, they are bullshitting. That's cap. It's not 100% luck. It's not. It's not. It's not.
I was 16, so it wasn't really like that.
And I know I'm not no big YouTuber or streamer yet. But obviously, like I said, I know I will be in the future. That's 100% guaranteed. I believe in myself more than anything. I don't give a fuck if I'm crazy. I believe in myself, and I know I'll be a successful streamer in the future. I'll have thousands of people watching me. I have 0 people watching me right now, but I don't give a fuck though, because in the future, I'll have thousands of people watching me in the chat and shit. I know it's gonna happen. I'm just practicing for it, to be honest, right? But it's the truth though. What I said is still true.
Really thinking of what should I do with my life? Where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's just
Mm-mm.
determined. He knows that's the only route.
Nah, I don't like saying that.
He put in hours.
That's what we do too. We go to school, we study.
See, school isn't lucky though. That's not the same thing. I hate when people say that shit, bro. That it takes luck and shit. Cause I feel like it's kind of just like saying, well, you know, you can post a video one day, go viral, and now you're lucky you're a big streamer. No. Cause if you're not putting the work in, that shit can just fade away. Just gone. Nobody knows you anymore. You fell off the face of the earth, and you gotta somehow get on again.
I think, you know, people who don't have a job, you know, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he
talent?
the best?
I got
Is
four.
he
I got
the
four.
No,
last
but
year. No. Let me get my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him you're
So that's not luck. That's pure skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky? Are they lucky?
They're not luck. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's not luck. Bro, LeBron James and Michael Jordan did not just get lucky. They have to be good. They have to train, wake up every day, lock in, play, you know what I'm saying, train, eat good, prepare themselves mentally, right? Because they not just gonna go on a court and just ball out every fucking day. If they don't put the work in, they ain't gonna ball out. Nobody's gonna bother to even look at them because, oh, well, this guy doesn't do shit besides just, you know, show up for game day. He don't train. He eats fucking burgers every day. Bro, he's not getting signed. It's not luck, bro.
They have a talent. They have a talent.
I have a talent.
You know how many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
That's cap. The best people always get a luck and they always get a challenge. They always get a chance. Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. They say it's talent. Yes, bro. Of course it's talent. But she just said it takes luck as well.
So he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said. You just said
what he did.
I
to get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
So people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. You know, there was no one who gave me a shot or anything.
See, that's the thing, bro. I feel like that's what they kind of people dismiss, bro. Like, streaming isn't, I don't know, being a streamer and being an entertainer, I don't know if it's considered a talent, right? I mean, obviously, entertaining people for for hours on end, right? And literally making them sit there and tune into your shit and just watch you because you're a funny person. You're good at talking. I don't know if that's a skill or a talent. There's some people who have like a music talent, who like making music on stream. They have a talent. They show it to the world, right? That's a talent. And they blow up because they have a talent. Some like streamers and content creators do have talent sometimes. Now, most just are good at entertaining. So I don't know if you would consider that a talent, but some just have multi-talents. They're athletes. They can make music. They can do anything. But I feel like saying that everything takes luck. If you become a millionaire, if you make that, like, it's just luck. It's kind of just throws off everybody's hard work and kind of just says, well, you just got lucky, really. You know what I'm saying? Even if you did do some shit, it doesn't really matter because you got lucky. Some people just live by the expectations and by reality and just get put in a mindset, or they put themselves in a mindset that kind of just forces themselves to just like say like, oh, I can't do this because the chances of me actually ending up a famous celebrity or an actress or a artist or a streamer or a content creator or whatever are really low, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not even gonna bother to try because it probably won't work. pretty much you just accepted your own fate that you are gonna be where you're just gonna be a regular person, and you won't be trying to do anything else because you just don't believe that it can happen. Some people have that mindset.
You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
That's not luck.
I mean, if that's
stand on it.
If that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
Is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort
I mean, that is true. If you're successful in a way, if you have a solid, nice job, you are a lucky person. Because there's some people who can't afford to get put in a certain position because they don't have the money or they don't have the determination. But that's not where luck plays in, though. That's just how a person is in themselves. If they don't have the determination and the grind to do something, they won't end up anywhere because they're not committed to doing shit. Right or not? Right or not? You have to be committed, bro. You have to be committed. It doesn't matter. You have to be committed to do something. You still gotta put the work in no matter what. That shit isn't just gonna spawn into your hands, bro. Unless you get a handout from fucking God or from like some famous person notices you. They put you on their streams. Oh, people are like, oh, look, this guy's kind of funny. Just go watch this guy. That's luck. If a big streamer notices you, his viewers come to watch you, right? They like you, and you grow a fan base because somebody put you on. That's luck. Because they noticed you randomly for no reason. They just found you, promoted you, and now you got a fucking fan base. But that's because somebody put you on. That's fucking luck. Some people don't have that. For some people, 99% of streamers don't ever get a handout from anyone. They have to work for that shit. You know what I'm saying? No random streamer's gonna come into your chat talking about some, yo, bro, like, I think you funny, right? The people in the chat sees you, they come to your stream, they start, oh, this guy's kind of funny, let me follow this guy, oh, let me sub up, right? You just built a fan base and you just acquired viewers because a big streamer noticed you randomly on a random day and now you just got lucky. That's luck, though. That's luck. That's still luck.
Offer specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you.
Yeah.
Just talk in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people.
Or they don't have the determination. I want y'all to know that there's people who are talented, who have immense amounts of talent. They have crazy amounts of talent, but they never put that shit to use. It doesn't matter if you're talented. If you're not a hardworking person, what the fuck does talent matter? Does talent matter? Does talent matter if you're not a hard worker? Bro, hard work beats talent all fucking day. Because you can be the most talented person, but if you don't grind, if you're not a hard worker, that shit is useless. It's useless because you're not putting it to work. I mean, people say, oh, there's a lot of talented people who never got the chance. Bro, do you really put the work in, though? You're talented, but do you really put that work? Do you really put the work? Are you really determined? That's the thing. Do you give up? Did you quit easily because you wanted something to take off quick? There's people who quit because they want something to take off instantly. Like, instantly, right? But sometimes, most of the time, that doesn't happen. And they quit and they give up and they say, fuck that, I'm not doing this shit no more because it didn't happen quick enough. I want money. I want this and that. I want followers. I want this shit to happen instantly. And then they quit, right? Because they're talented, but they quit because they didn't get what they wanted quick enough. That's another thing. Shit ain't just gonna take off quick, bro. Most shit that you do, like, that's like, for example, music, streaming, whatever the fuck, that shit doesn't take off quick. Only for some people, but most people, it takes a while. You gotta do this shit for years, right? Or a couple of years, and it will take off. But as long as you don't quit, though, and as long as you put consistently, you put the work in at all of those years, bro, it's gonna happen. You're gonna make your own luck. It's facts.
So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video
See, this girl was born, bro. This is like she was born in the 1950s, bro. Bro, she looked older than my fucking grandma, bro. Listen, bro. They don't understand this new shit. You can't really talk about anything that has to do with like content creation to no old person. They will not understand you in the absolute. They'll look at you like you're a fucking alien, like you came from another planet when you start talking about that shit.
It's a talent. Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a
That I agree with Swag on this one. That's facts though. Hey, if y'all know Swag, this dude is crazy at Call of Duty, bro. It's a skill. Some people don't got nobody, bro. Somebody cannot play. Nope, not. Look, I can't hop on the game right now and become a fucking Call of Duty champion, earn millions of dollars playing Call of Duty, bro. I am not that good. I'm not. I'm decent, but I'm not pro level. That shit is a talent. If you're good at Call of Duty, but I'm talking about pro level, that's a talent. It doesn't matter if all you're doing is just moving your fingers on a controller. It doesn't matter. You're still a talent. I know it's just like you just playing a video game. I understand. You know, old people are just gonna be like, well, you're just playing a video game. Anybody can do that. But can you be immensely good on a video game, though? Can you go pro on a video game? You can't. Not everybody can go pro. That's cap.
Jeans are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again.
That's a skill, though. He practiced.
What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not think if you're talented at something,
Maybe.
it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not.
You don't think?
See, bro, you are not gonna get anything through that old lady's head, bro. She doesn't understand. She's not gonna understand that shit. She's not. But being good at a video game, and I'm talking about being insanely good at a video game, is a talent. No matter how hard you want to ignore it, it's a talent. Because not everybody can be pro level at a video game. I can't, like I said, I can't get on Call of Duty right now and become a pro. That's just not gonna happen. I'm not that good, bro.
You don't think it's talent. You're just too old to understand. I can't argue that because
y'all could never play
keep it
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports? When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit, because
You're old. She's old. Exactly. Thank you. I just said that. Thank you, Adapt. I just said that. You are not gonna get that shit through that old lady's head, bro. She's from a generation where none of that shit exists, bro. That shit is like, when they even hear that, they're just like, they laugh at you because they think it's a joke and that you're fucking playing around, bro. It nowadays is different. There's so much more things you can do on the internet that you don't have to go to college. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. You don't have to, because there's other things too, bro.
I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around.
And it's fun. But it's like, again,
It's okay though. It's okay though.
I'm not gonna lie. Nice meeting you.
It's an old lady, bro. You can't even get mad at her though. You can't. It's an old girl. It's an old lady. She was born in a completely different era, bro. Like, it's understandable though. You gotta understand, bro. You can't get mad at her because she's just old.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie, nice to meet
This
you.
past-
My name's Ronnie.
You were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like, taking it back to being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
Same way you can do if you get laid off. You get a new
Yeah,
job.
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like,
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know, but if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another one?
No, you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my resume.
I uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job?
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
parking attendant. That doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at your
He's
job.
waiting for.
Yeah, when cars park, they're
Yeah.
done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
Security.
that's one 9
I go
to
like this. I
5.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent.
It's a talent. It's a skill and a talent because some people can obviously be good at Call of Duty, but there's just another. You can meet another person who's pro level, who's insanely good, bro. That you can't just not compete with them. That exists. That's a talent. It's a skill too.
But people millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
They have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize
Mhm,
pools,
mhm.
if this is a skill you could just learn, and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
could.
See, that's that. See, it breaks her entire argument, bro. No, like that's like a bro. Exactly. If I went to go join $1 million tournament right now on Call of Duty, let's say, bro, I'm losing. I'm not winning, bro. I'm getting shitted on. I'm gonna be like the first like person eliminated. I'm gonna get instantly shit on. I can't compete because I don't have the talent and the skill, and I don't put the time in to be good enough to compete with those people. I just don't got it.
You good.
Like for me, I'm insanely good at FIFA. I'm really good at that shit. But I'm not pro level. If I play against a pro, he's probably gonna shit on me. It's just the truth. But I am good. I'm better than average. But if I played a pro who spends his entire day playing this shit, practicing this shit, he plays in tournaments, bro, I'm gonna lose. He's gonna shit on me. He's gonna whoop my ass because I'm not a pro.
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I
easy.
didn't say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you
how
can
do you
own and
how do
you
you
can
know
master.
how do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart.
Oh.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, so but you don't understand what it takes to be on that. Sort of
See,
level. So
thank
how
you.
can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder. How do you know?
What
how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah. What
so
does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work
Uh-huh.
and editing and filming and constantly.
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had
you
to
did-
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone, Tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When you're
my
trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No, I don't. But if I want,
You couldn't, but Excel sheet, we could do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
show-
talking. They're
Yeah.
just talking game. with
These
them.
refreshes
As a
don't come to you.
babysitter, I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh.
And but let me give you. If I give you 3.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Them Excel sheets hard as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you think you could be that talented as me?
If I wanted to, I would.
No, bro. You gotta be playing a video game from like as a 10-year-old, like 9-year-old. Like all you do is just play the game. You practice every day, bro. You learn the newest methods. You learn the best loadouts. You learn how to rotate. You gotta learn everything. You gotta learn you gotta learn a lot of shit, and you gotta master it too. You gotta do that shit every game too, not just every other day. You gotta do this shit every day, and you master it, and you're gonna get so good to the point where you can compete with pros. You can earn millions of dollars by playing a fucking video game. It's possible now though. Back then, that shit was looked as a joke. Like, oh yeah, I'm like, people back then would say like, yeah, I'm sure this guy's gonna make millions of dollars playing a fucking stupid video game. But it's possible though. People have shown it and proved it thousands of times, but people still don't wanna accept it, bro.
So let's pay for her, whatever it is. Give you 3 days, but if you lose, you gotta give us it back in double.
That's not how the job works. You pay me, I'll get the job done.
let's see what we're talking about. I want to see this.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work, and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame in this era. So
Thank you, bro. That's like the most obvious answer. But still, a 9 to 5 is harder than streaming for sure. I still stand on that. But some people were born in a different era. They don't know what the fuck streaming is. They don't know what making videos is. They don't know nothing about that shit. That shit to them just seems like a whole bunch of bullshit. And it's completely understandable because they didn't grow up with that shit. And you cannot get mad at them. But still, 9 to 5 is harder, and I don't think there's no argument. Only thing you can really say is that streaming is still difficult in its way, in its own form, but you can't say that it's harder than a 9 to 5. That's just my take.
technology is totally different now. Because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with cars. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. Yeah. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
So my mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Yeah. Look, I 100% agree. Like I said, I gave my intake, and I don't change on it. Obviously, I haven't progressed to amounts where I do hella shit with this streaming thing yet. Not yet, of course, but look, and 9 to 5 is still harder. No matter how hard people don't want to admit that shit, it is still harder. I'm sorry. It's still harder. But streaming still has its difficulties, its problems, and its own things that you have to deal with. I completely understand that shit for sure. But